So today I thought I'd get us some inspiration from the Little Buddha Tarot. So the Little Buddha Tarot is just, I don't know, one of my all-time absolute favorite decks. Not only is it cute, not only are the colors wonderful in the deck, but it just speaks so beautifully. When I say that the tarot deck speaks beautifully, the insight, that the messages, the way that it reads, the stories that it tells are just absolutely fabulous. So Little Buddha Tarot, let's give it a shuffle and let's see what is a message that we need to here, right now, in this time, in this space, whenever that may be for you. All right, whenever that may be for you. Message of inspiration, message of hope and guidance, or message of clarity, and a message that hopefully helps you to feel enthusiastic and motivated about life. So our first card we have is the Seven of Pentacles. Then we have the Moon card, and our final card for today is the Five of Swords. I nearly said the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. So the first thing that comes at me, right, is this has got a bit of a heavy feel to it. I'm just gonna say that, right? This does feel as if it's got a bit of a heavy feel to it. When we look at the Seven of Pentacles, the word that comes to me, the single word, if I had to give it a single explanation, the single word is patience, perseverance. Okay, I say single word and then I give you two. Patience and perseverance with our Seven of Pentacles. So it's telling you don't be too much in a hurry today. Don't be too much in a rush. Like whatever it is that you're dealing with, whatever it is that you're going through, slow and steady is going to win the race. Because, right, this is a huge big capital B, because we have the Moon card, and the Moon card is about having to face your biggest fears, having to actually stare the monster in the face and actually go, who are you, what do you want, and what are you doing here? It's having that courage and that confidence to do something that absolutely petrifies you. So we have to be slow and steady, in methodical in how we go through, not trying to rush things, not trying to force things to get to an end before they're ready to get to an end, because whatever it is that you're dealing with is something that actually ignites emotion within you, not a positive emotion, a fear response. Okay, so this is definitely, today I'm referring to it as a fear response card. And then we've got the Five of Swords, which I'm quite happy with. I quite like it as the outcome of this particular message, because the Five of Swords is the card of standing up to the bully. Five of Swords is the card of says to you, you know, sometimes we mustn't just allow people to walk all over us or to take advantage of us. Sometimes we actually need to stand up and take our power back and say, hey, no, you don't get to do that anymore. You don't get to treat me that badly. You don't get to decide for me. So, friends, whatever it is that you're dealing with today, whatever it is that you're handling, just be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself. Understand that everything has a process, okay? Everything has a process that it needs to go through. And it's not our place to try and force things. Don't try and speed things up. Don't try and hurry things up. Just sort of allow things to take their natural progression. But understand and recognize that when you start getting nervous, when you start getting apprehensive, when you start getting anxious even, know that that is when you need to kick into action. All right. So when you start doubting yourself, when you start feeling insecure, when you start going, oh, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I should, I don't know, when you start having those feelings, that is when you need to jump into action, because that's what this Moon card is saying, that you have to face your fears, you have to face your insecurities, you have to face your doubts. So when you start feeling nervous, when you start feeling anxious, when you start feeling insecure, that is when you need to jump into action and actually do the thing that makes you nervous. Do the thing that scares you the most, okay? Don't be afraid. All right, don't be afraid. Do the thing that scares you the most, because when you do the thing that scares you the most, it's going to give you courage, it's going to give you more confidence, and it's going to give you the ability to actually recognize that that people have been taking advantage of you for the longest time, that circumstances have been taking advantage of you for the longest time. So it's only when you stand up for yourself, it's only when you take your power back, when you realize that this monster has no power over you. And when you take your power back and you actually say, actually, no, you put your hand up and you say, no, thank you. You put your hand up and you say, not today, time out, go away and leave me alone. Only then will you actually start realizing how powerful you are, how amazing you are, how fabulous you are, and what it is that you can actually do with yourself. But when you are nervous and apprehensive and fearful and scared and all of those kind of emotions, when you are having those kind of emotions, that is when it those emotions feed more of those, and then we just go into that black hole. So today, whenever that is, okay, whenever it is that you're finding this particular message, the Seven of Pentacles is telling you, don't rush into anything. Take your time, be patient, persevere, slow and steady. Don't try and force a thing to get to its end before it's actually ready to get to its end. So slow and steady, but understand that at some point you are going to have to face something that makes you a little bit nervous, makes you a little bit, gives you a little bit of anxiety, and makes you feel a little bit anxious. Okay, when you start feeling those emotions, that is when you jump into gear. That is when you put yourself into full throttle, if I can put it that way. Because at that moment when you do, you're going to realize actually how powerful you are, how capable you are, and how good it feels to take your power back, because somebody has been taking your power away from you. And the message for you at this stage is about taking your power back. The message for you is about standing your ground, putting boundaries in place, and telling people that they cannot treat you the way that you don't want them to treat you. So today, whenever today is the day for you to watch and wait and be patient for the right time to take your power back and to tell people no more. I love that. No more. It's done. No, they're not taking advantage of you anymore. They're not going to take your power away, but you've got to play it the timing right. So it's only when you're nervous and anxious and fearful, and you've got those I want to say that nervous energy building up inside you. That is the time to jump into action. That is the time to go forward, and that's when you're going to have the success. I hope you have an amazing day. Sending you all much love and many blessings.